In today's professional landscape, unconscious biases wield a significant influence, shaping decisions and interactions in subtle yet impactful ways. While many are aware of their conscious biases, it's the unconscious ones that often prove to be more insidious, permeating workplaces and perpetuating inequalities without individuals even realizing it. Consider the scenario where individuals with strong accents consistently receive lower pay, or where height and skin color are disproportionately correlated with professional success. These are just some manifestations of the complex web of biases that operate beneath the surface, affecting everything from hiring decisions to promotions. The Leader's Guide to Unconscious Bias delves into the depths of this phenomenon, recognizing the reality of unconscious biases and their pervasive effects. Rather than merely acknowledging their existence, this guide offers practical strategies for individuals, especially those in leadership roles, to confront and mitigate these biases. While the focus may be on leaders who manage teams, the insights provided are universally relevant, applicable to anyone seeking to foster a more inclusive and equitable environment. Understanding how personal backgrounds shape biases is the first step towards combating them. By recognizing the ways in which our experiences and cultural contexts influence our perceptions, individuals can begin to challenge preconceived notions and assumptions. Moreover, fostering genuine connections with others can serve as a powerful antidote to bias, as it promotes empathy and understanding, ultimately breaking down barriers and bridging divides. Through meaningful interactions and open dialogue, individuals can cultivate environments where biases are less likely to take root and thrive. In this review, we will discover: understand how our backgrounds influence our biases. Learn techniques to establish connections with others to minimize the impact of bias. Discover actionable steps to address unconscious bias when it arises in real-life situations. The journey to overcoming biases begins with introspection, as outlined in the exercise provided. By identifying personal characteristics and considering how they might influence biases, individuals gain insight into the origins of their prejudices. This process encourages self-awareness and reflection, prompting individuals to confront the factors that shape their perceptions of others. Through this exercise, individuals recognize the complex interplay between their identity and biases, acknowledging that biases are not isolated incidents but deeply rooted in personal history and societal influences. Moreover, understanding the origin stories of biases is crucial for individuals seeking to move beyond them. Delving into the reasons behind biases, whether stemming from familial upbringing, societal norms, or individual experiences, allows individuals to dismantle the underlying beliefs that perpetuate prejudice. For instance, the example of Pamela illustrates how familial values and cultural background can shape biases, such as favoring job applicants with prestigious degrees. Recognizing these influences enables individuals to challenge ingrained biases and adopt a more nuanced perspective in their interactions with others. Furthermore, by exploring the origins of biases, individuals can develop empathy and compassion towards themselves and others. Understanding that biases are often deeply ingrained and influenced by various factors beyond one's control fosters a sense of empathy towards oneself for harboring such biases. Similarly, recognizing that others may also be influenced by their own unique origin stories encourages empathy towards them, fostering understanding and acceptance rather than judgment and prejudice. Ultimately, the process of uncovering and understanding the origins of biases empowers individuals to take proactive steps towards overcoming them. Armed with self-awareness and empathy, individuals can challenge their biases, question their assumptions, and strive to cultivate a more inclusive and equitable mindset. By acknowledging and addressing biases at their root, individuals can contribute to creating a more just and empathetic society where differences are celebrated rather than stigmatized. Before delving further into strategies for addressing unconscious bias, it's crucial to understand the structure that will guide our exploration. The coaching company Franklin Covey, where two of the authors work, provides a comprehensive four-step model: identify bias, cultivate connection, choose courage, and apply across the talent life cycle. Each step offers valuable insights into how to navigate and mitigate biases effectively. By breaking down the process into manageable components, individuals can approach bias with a systematic and strategic mindset, facilitating more impactful interventions. In the initial step of identify bias, readers engage in introspection and self-awareness exercises to recognize their own biases and understand how they may influence their perceptions and actions. Through reflective activities like identifying personal characteristics and examining potential biases associated with them, individuals gain insight into their thought patterns and preconceptions. This self-awareness lays the foundation for subsequent steps in addressing bias, as it enables individuals to recognize when biases manifest and take proactive steps to mitigate their effects. Furthermore, understanding the context in which biases emerge, particularly in professional settings, is essential. Work environments often induce pressure and information overload, creating fertile ground for biases to manifest. Confirmation bias, anchoring bias, attribution bias, and in-group bias are just a few examples of the cognitive shortcuts that individuals may fall prey to when faced with complex decision-making scenarios. By recognizing the situational factors that contribute to bias, individuals can develop strategies to counteract these tendencies and make more objective and inclusive decisions. Moreover, acknowledging the impact of biases on decision-making processes is paramount for fostering a more inclusive workplace culture. Biases can lead to unfair treatment, hinder diversity and inclusion efforts, and perpetuate systemic inequalities. By bringing awareness to these biases and their implications, organizations can implement targeted interventions and policies to mitigate their effects and create a more equitable work environment for all employees. Through ongoing education, training, and dialogue, individuals and organizations can work together to challenge biases, promote diversity, and foster a culture of inclusivity and belonging. Moving beyond identifying biases, the next crucial step in addressing unconscious bias is to cultivate connection. This involves actively engaging with others in a way that fosters empathy, curiosity, and inclusivity. One compelling example of this is illustrated through Pamela's experience during a job interview process. While interacting with two candidates, Pamela noticed her own biases influencing her perceptions differently for each individual. With the first candidate, whom she found relatable due to shared experiences as a parent, Pamela felt a sense of connection and empathy, leading to a more positive evaluation of their performance during the interview. Conversely, her encounter with the second candidate was colored by biases triggered by superficial observations, such as the candidate's choice of attire, leading to a less favorable assessment of their suitability for the position. This anecdote underscores the importance of curiosity and empathy in mitigating biases and fostering genuine connections with others. By approaching interactions with an open mind and a willingness to understand diverse perspectives, individuals can transcend surface-level judgments and tap into the richness of human experiences. Cultivating curiosity allows individuals to delve deeper into each person's unique background, interests, and aspirations, facilitating meaningful connections that transcend preconceived notions and biases. Furthermore, promoting a culture of inclusivity within organizations involves leveraging the power of networks and support systems. Opportunities such as mentorship and coaching programs provide avenues for individuals to connect, learn from one another, and access valuable guidance and resources. By actively fostering these connections, organizations can create an environment where diverse voices are heard, valued, and empowered to contribute to collective success. In summary, cultivating connection serves as a pivotal strategy for addressing unconscious bias and promoting inclusivity in both personal and professional settings. By embracing curiosity, empathy, and supportive networks, individuals can transcend biases, build meaningful connections, and foster a culture of inclusivity where everyone feels valued and empowered to thrive.
A heartfelt appreciation goes out to all of you for being vital members of the uplifting book summary community. Your consistent support and active engagement inspire us deeply. Your presence and interaction fuel our passion to continue sharing insightful book summaries. We encourage you to stick around until the end for more enriching content. And remember to click the like, share, and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell, to stay in the loop about our latest impactful book summaries. Your contribution is invaluable as we journey together towards growth and enlightenment. Don't forget our mission this year, which is to impact at least 100,000 lives through the Uplifting Book Summary channel. Thank you for being an essential part of our community. Now let's get back to the review.
Addressing unconscious bias requires individuals to navigate challenging situations with resilience and self-awareness, which is the essence of the third step in overcoming bias: choose courage. This step involves not only recognizing bias within oneself but also having the courage to confront and address its impacts head-on, particularly in emotionally charged scenarios. It necessitates the ability to pause, reflect, and assess one's thoughts and actions objectively, even when faced with discomfort or resistance. By cultivating this courage, individuals can empower themselves to break free from the constraints of bias and strive towards fostering a more inclusive and equitable environment. Moreover, Choosing courage entails navigating instances where one is subjected to bias with resilience and self-care. For example, if an individual experiences ageism in the workplace, such as being overlooked for opportunities based on their age, they must harness the strength to address the situation constructively. This may involve seeking support from community networks within the organization, such as employee resource groups, to share experiences and strategies for coping with bias. Additionally, prioritizing self-care activities, such as mindfulness exercises or engaging in hobbies, can help mitigate the stress and emotional toll of experiencing bias. Responding to bias also requires strategic planning and thoughtful consideration of one's goals and desired outcomes. Rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally, individuals are encouraged to assess the situation pragmatically and determine the most effective approach for addressing the bias. This may involve initiating a dialogue with the relevant parties to express concerns, provide perspective, and seek resolution collaboratively. By approaching such discussions with a sense of purpose and clarity, individuals can increase the likelihood of achieving meaningful and sustainable change within their organizational context. Ultimately, choosing courage is an essential step in advocating for oneself and others, challenging discriminatory practices, and fostering a culture of inclusivity and respect. By confronting bias with courage and resilience, individuals can contribute to dismantling systemic barriers and creating environments where diversity is celebrated and valued. Through collective action and a commitment to growth and learning, organizations can cultivate a culture of courage that empowers individuals to address bias effectively and promote positive change. Being courageous means not only addressing biases that affect us personally but also speaking out on behalf of others as allies. Despite our own biases and experiences, we often enjoy certain privileges based on factors like race, gender, education, or seniority in the workplace. When we witness others facing biases or discrimination, it's important to step up and advocate for them. For instance, if management overlooks a qualified colleague for a project based on biased assumptions, it requires proactive intervention to challenge such decisions and ensure fairness. Moreover, offering support to the affected individual, such as assuring them of a safe space to express concerns, is crucial in fostering inclusivity and trust within the organization. Allyship involves ongoing commitment and action beyond isolated incidents. Establishing employee resource groups can provide platforms for mutual support, mentorship, and coaching, facilitating a culture where diverse perspectives are valued and embraced. These groups, along with affinity and business resource groups, aim to ensure equal access to opportunities for all employees, regardless of their background or identity. While these groups may initially focus on specific demographics, allies are encouraged to participate actively, as their involvement can enhance awareness and challenge biases within the organization. Furthermore, allyship extends beyond formal group settings and entails individual efforts to challenge biases and promote inclusivity in everyday interactions. By actively engaging in conversations about diversity and equity, allies can contribute to creating a more supportive and respectful work environment for everyone. Embracing allyship involves recognizing one's own privilege, educating oneself about the experiences of marginalized groups, and taking concrete actions to dismantle systemic barriers and promote equality. Ultimately, being an ally is about standing in solidarity with others, amplifying their voices, and advocating for meaningful change towards a more inclusive society. The final step in combating unconscious bias involves implementing the strategies learned in the previous stages across the entire talent lifecycle of an organization. This comprehensive approach encompasses various stages, including recruitment, employment, career development, and promotions, aiming to minimize bias at every juncture of an individual's professional journey. Beginning with recruitment, organizations must critically assess their hiring practices to ensure inclusivity and diversity. This involves scrutinizing where job postings are advertised and refining job descriptions to eliminate language that may inadvertently discourage certain demographics from applying. Additionally, establishing diverse interview panels helps mitigate bias during candidate selection by incorporating multiple perspectives in the evaluation process. Addressing pay disparities is a crucial aspect of promoting fairness and equity within the organization. Conducting regular pay audits to identify and rectify gender and race-based pay gaps is essential. Furthermore, fostering an environment where all new hires are encouraged to negotiate their salaries helps counteract biases that may disproportionately affect certain groups during compensation negotiations. Throughout an employee's tenure, fostering an inclusive workplace culture is imperative to combat unconscious bias effectively. Employee resource groups serve as valuable platforms for underrepresented individuals to connect, share experiences, and advocate for inclusivity. However, inclusivity efforts must extend beyond participation in these groups to ensure equitable access to opportunities and advancement for all employees. In terms of career development and promotions, organizations must prioritize meritocracy while actively seeking diversity in leadership positions. This involves implementing robust succession planning processes that identify and nurture talent based on skills and potential rather than biases. By prioritizing diversity in leadership roles, organizations can leverage a broad range of perspectives to drive innovation and decision-making. In conclusion, addressing unconscious bias across the talent lifecycle requires a multifaceted approach that involves proactive measures at every stage of an individual's professional journey. By implementing inclusive hiring practices, fostering an equitable workplace culture, and prioritizing diversity in career advancement, organizations can create environments where all employees feel valued, supported, and empowered to thrive. The final summary encapsulates the essence of combating unconscious bias in the workplace, emphasizing the need for self-reflection and proactive measures to foster inclusivity. The acknowledgement that biases, both conscious and unconscious, exist within everyone underscores the universality of the issue and the importance of addressing it collectively. By recognizing these biases and understanding their roots, individuals can begin the journey toward creating a more equitable work environment. Cultivating connections with others emerges as a crucial step in this process. By engaging in meaningful dialogue and building relationships, individuals can gain perspectives beyond their own and develop empathy for others' experiences. This interpersonal approach not only fosters understanding but also creates a supportive environment where courageous conversations about bias can take place. Choosing courage is highlighted as pivotal in challenging bias when it arises. This entails speaking up against biased behavior and advocating for fairness and equality. It requires individuals to confront discomfort and push past fear to create positive change. Through acts of courage, individuals can challenge ingrained biases and promote a culture of accountability and respect in the workplace. Additionally, actionable steps are provided to empower individuals to identify and address biases within their daily workflows. By examining team dynamics and interactions, individuals can pinpoint areas where bias may manifest and strategize ways to mitigate its impact. Encouraging open dialogue and fostering a culture of inclusivity enables teams to collectively tackle biases and work toward creating a more equitable and supportive work environment for all. The energy, time, and resources invested in creating this audiobook summary were done with the intention of making a positive impact on the lives of individuals like yourself who possess a growth mindset, a winning attitude, and a thirst for knowledge. This effort extends to not only uplifting fellow positive thinkers but also to setting an example for my children and future generations. In return for this endeavor, I humbly ask for your support in the form of likes, shares, and subscriptions to the channel. Your simple act of appreciation costs you nothing but plays a crucial role in helping me reach a wider audience and continue spreading valuable insights. Additionally, turning on the notification bell ensures that you stay updated and never miss out when new audiobook summaries are released. Your engagement and encouragement fuel my passion for creating content that inspires and motivates. Together, let's embark on this journey of growth and learning. Thank you for your support and for being a part of this community striving for positive change.